I recently had the honor and the privilege of interviewing President Joe Biden, an amazing person and an amazing man. And I'm going to play the entire interview for you in just a second. But to give you some context of why I was there and how this happened, President Biden was in Racine, Wisconsin, announcing a $3.3 billion investment from Microsoft for an AI data center. This is going to bring a lot of jobs into Wisconsin, a lot of economic activity, which is great. And funnily enough, at this same site in 2017 and during Donald Trump's presidency, he announced an investment from Foxconn, a company from abroad. He said it's going to create 10,000 jobs. He called it the eighth wonder of the world. And then it never happened. The investment never came. The jobs were never created. And Donald Trump lied to the people of Wisconsin. But under President Biden, that investment is actually happening. And that $3.3 billion is actually going to Racine, Wisconsin, going to create thousands of good paying jobs for the people. So I was talking to President Biden about this. And of course, he had some jabs for Donald Trump in there, which were fantastic. But enough of me talking. Here's the entire interview of myself and President Biden, and man, what an honor.
Mr. President.
How are you, man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I hear a lot of great things about you.
I hear a lot of great things about you too.
That's because you say them.
Well, you know what? I was just thinking about this earlier. You make the job very easy because you do a lot of good stuff, and the other guy really sucks. So, you make it. You make
I
it
like
pretty
this
easy.
guy.
I like you too, man. So I have a couple questions for you today.
Fire away.
Yeah. Okay. So obviously, it's a big event today. So I'm going to read you some headlines from a few years ago to bring you back to what it was like under the former guy. So a little bit of chaos, but nonetheless. So first one is Trump promised this Wisconsin town a manufacturing boom. It never arrived. Foxconn factory jobs touted by Trump will not come to pass. Trump's highly touted Foxconn project falls short of its promises. And my favorite one, enormous bait and switch. Foxconn factory jobs touted by Trump not coming to Wisconsin. But let's fast forward to today. So we're in that same town, referenced in those articles in Wisconsin. And Microsoft is announcing a huge investment, creating thousands of good paying jobs for hardworking people. So what's your reaction to those headlines?
Well, first of all, Trump talked about infrastructure, what he's going to build. Infrastructure week every week for 4 years. He didn't build a damn thing. Nothing. And I decided when I got elected into office, I was going to build this economy from the middle out and the bottom up for real, not a joke. And invest in America, invest in American enterprises. And so I've been able to gain the respect and support of a lot of major corporations. And now all of a sudden I get a call from Microsoft saying that they want to get engaged. And we're talking about investing literally billions of dollars here. But you know what they're doing beside that? They're not only doing that, we're also funding pipeline to hire people from this community college we're in, as well as people who are in high schools, let them know the technological capacity is needed. And so this is going to create literally, over time, thousands of good paying jobs in this region.
It's so great. That's so great.
And this guy, silver shovels.
The gold shovels.
Yeah.
Called it the eighth wonder of the world.
That's true. I don't want to I shouldn't say that.
Yeah, you're very good at biting your tongue. I have a lot of respect for that. Seriously. And my follow-up question is, it seems like your predecessor was all talk, as you kind of just touched on. Would you agree with that?
Well, I think he's not only all talk, but he's designed to mislead, because he doesn't mean even what he says. If you want to know what he says, listen to what he's doing now. For example, he says if he's elected, he's going to do away with this entire infrastructure project. He's going to do away with making sure that we don't invest money in education, making sure that we cut health care, all the things that really matter to people. And he talks in a way that it's almost hard to follow him anymore. No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
In terms of, I'm going to be a dictator on day one, saying that what he's going to do is going to break a tradition of over 100 years. They're going to tell the Attorney General who he should prosecute. They're going to prosecute him. He's going to get his enemies. I mean, this is the stuff of this is all anti-democratic, not Democratic Party, democracy.
Right.
It's at stake with this guy.
Yeah, a lot on the line.
Yep.
Well, thank you, sir. That's all the questions I have for now.
Yeah, so that's the interview. Got a couple questions in there. He's a busy man, a packed schedule. He had to talk to all of the amazing folks who were in Wisconsin to hear him speak. But, look, I talked to him a little bit after the fact, and he was just such an incredibly kind person, right? Like after the questions ended, he didn't say, okay, bye now, and kick me out of the room. He said, tell me about you. Where are you from? What do you do? And I said, well, I'm a student. I'm 21 years old. I love politics. I'm studying politics and law, and I grew up in Ireland for a little bit, and we connected on that. He told me about his family and their connections to Ireland and how they laid bricks for different buildings in Ireland in different parts. And, he was genuinely asking about me. So aside from all the politics and, cameras not on, he's a genuinely good person, a very down-to-earth man, someone who actually cares about people. And it's just one of the best experiences I've ever had, especially in my time in politics. I can't tell you enough how great he was in that time I spent with him. And hopefully we have more opportunities like this in the future. So that's the interview. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe down below. It goes such a long way. Drop a like on the video, comment, let me know what you think about his answers and the interview as a whole. Share the video with anybody you think needs to see it. And as always, I greatly appreciate you, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.